Hare Krishna and Pranams. My name is Madhukar Das, and I'd like to welcome you to the Bhaktivinoda Giti Dhara, our program where we get to spend 1 to 1.5 hours every day with the songs and prayers of Śrīla Satchidananda Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. We will be going through every song in his 4 songbooks, Kalyana Kalpataru, Śaraṇāgati, Gitavali, and Gitamala, as well as songs not contained within these books. What I'm hoping is that by spending some time every day giving honor and focused attention to these priceless gifts he's given us, we'll gain an ever-deepening appreciation for them, make a special connection with them, and start to become familiar with the topics in every song. That way, you'll easily be able to find the perfect prayer to turn to for every circumstance you find yourself in. And I'm hoping we'll get a good sense of the unique way he structured his songbooks. You can understand the songs in a deeper way when you see them in context, like where each song fits in with the others. For example, instead of seeing that song, Narad Muni Bajai Bina, instead of seeing it as its own separate, independent song, you'll become familiar with the 7 songs before it, and see how each song is elaborating on Srila Rupa Goswami's Krishna Namashtakam. Actually, so many of the songs that we sing all the time are parts of sets like this that are based on verses from the Goswamis. So in this way, we can become familiar with the dhara, with the flow, the Bhaktivinoda Giti Dhara, the flow of the songs of Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura. And lastly, I'm hoping everyone will start to become familiar with the language in the songs. Bengali grammar is a lot simpler than most people realize. Learning the basics helps a lot in understanding the words in the songs directly. With a little effort, you'll eventually get to the point where you'll just occasionally look at the translation to figure out a part in the song you don't fully understand. Because no translation can adequately represent Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura's original words, so it's good to become less and less dependent on them. I'll give an example. You must be familiar with the English poem by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura that begins, "Alas for those who spend their days in festive mirth and joy." So let's go through a few verses. Man's life to him, a problem dark, a screen both left and right. No soul hath come to tell us what exists beyond our sight. But then a voice, how deep and soft, within ourselves is left. Man, man, thou art immortal soul, thee death can never melt. For thee, thy sire on high has kept a store of bliss above. To end of time, thou art, O his, who once but purest love. O love, thy power and spell benign, now melt my soul to God. How can my earthly words describe that feeling soft and broad? O Saragrahi Vaishnav soul, thou art an angel fair. Lead, lead me on to Vrindavan, and spirit's power declare. There rests my soul from matter free upon my lover's arms. Eternal peace and spirit's love are all my chanting charms. So if someone attempted to translate the essence of these words into prose in another language, or even in English, you might grasp the topics and the literal meaning of what was written. But do you believe a translation could truly encapsulate all the subtle nuances, the emotions, and beauty conveyed by Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura? There is an immense value in engaging directly with his original words without the filter of translation. Śrīla Gour Govinda Mahārāja explained it very well in this clip I'll share with you.
যত্নে আস্বাদিত নারী কি করি উপায় কভু যদি এই প্রেমার হয় আশ্রয় তবে সেই প্রেমানন্দের অনুভব হয় অত চিন্তি রহে কৃষ্ণ পরম কৌতুকী হৃদয়ে বাড়ে প্রেম লোভ দকদকি. This use of these words are very, very appropriate words. If you can relish it, I don't know, unless you know this language. You understand? Unless you know this language. That my Guru Maharaj said, in order to relish this, understand this, and relish this amruta, Chaitanya Charita Amruta, this nectar of Chaitanya Charita, all should learn Bengali. Otherwise, no relishment. You say, how it is written? তবে সেই প্রেমানন্দের অনুভব হয় কভু যদি এই প্রেমার হয় আশ্রয়. Krishna thinks, if I become আশ্রয় of this prema, Radha prema, then I can release it. Otherwise, no possibility. অত চিন্তি রহে কৃষ্ণ পরম কৌতুকী. So this thought is there, very deep thought. very deep, intense thought, very deep and intense. Krishna is thinking. Hudaye bharaye prema lobha dhaka dhaki. Do you understand that? Lobha, the word lobha is here. Do you understand? Lobha, greed. Greed for Radha prema is greed. Very intense greed. Unsuppressible, cannot be suppressed. Do you understand? In the heart, it is like throbbing. Do you understand? Thak, 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 thak. Do you understand? If you prepare, what you say, we prepare milk with rice, sweet rice, when it becomes very thick. Ever? Have you prepared it? When it becomes very thick, you mark how it is. Thak, 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 thak. Isn't it? It becomes thak, 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 thak. Dhaka-dhak. Isn't it? Dhaka-dhak. Prema lobha dhaka-dhaki. Eto hudaye bharaye prema lobha dhaka-dhaki, dhaka-dhaki. It's very intense, great, intense thought. Thak, 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 thak. Such word is used here. You can't really, if you want, learn Bengali. Kaviraj Goswami has written in that.
Another thing is, once you become familiar with the language in the kirtans, you'll find yourself memorizing songs without even trying. Then you'll be able to access them at any time without having to pull out a songbook or your phone to look it up. The more you memorize and you start to understand the language, it just becomes easier and easier. The larger the quantity of songs you have with you in your memory bank, the more juicy and rich your devotional practices can be. When you chant, instead of thinking of this person or that person, you can bring your mind to a Nam Kirtan, like Yashoda Dulala Govinda Gopala, or Jaya Go Drumapati Gora. Or when your mind is wandering somewhere else in some other country or planet, you can bring it to Radha Kunda Tata Kunja Kutira, or Kabe Navadipe Suradhuni Tate Gora Nityananda Boli Nishka Pate. If I happen to be eating some leafy greens, I can remember Ekadina Shanti Pure Prabhu Advaita Ghare Dui Prabhu Bhojane Boshilo Shaka Kori Ashwadan Prabhu Bole Bhaktagan E Shaka Krishna Ashwadilo. When I'm out on my daily walk and I see the sunrise, I can meditate on Udilo Aruna Purava Bhage Dvijamani Gora Amani Jage. So I'm not doing this currently, but that's why I wanted to start this program, by making a pact with you to show up every day to give time to these kirtans. I'm hoping that we'll all slowly become more and more absorbed in them. Then we can get a special injection of life into our devotional practices throughout the day. And the thing with these kirtans is, the more time we spend with them, the more they will reveal themselves. The taste for these songs and the realization that comes only ever increases. We'll start off this program by going through the songs of Śaraṇāgati. Our daily session starts at 7 a.m. India time, and will end at 8 or 8:30 every day, except for Sundays, which is when we have our Dainik Nadia Prakash reading with Shrivas, and also a few times a month we get together to have the Raise of the Harmonist Ishtagoshti sessions, where we read and discuss articles from our acharyas. So other than those days, this Bhaktivinoda Giti Dhara program will continue to take place every day. In addition to this morning program, or for those of you on the other side of this world, this evening program, I'm going to come onto Zoom like 14 hours later to do a simple program to sing through all the songs of Śaraṇāgati to end my day. So yesterday I timed myself singing all the songs of Śaraṇāgati, all the songs in this book. And you want to know how long it took me? If you want to have a little fun, why don't you pause the video right now and write your guess in the comments. Alright, ready? Only 1 hour and 30 minutes. So if you give just 30 minutes a day, then you can sing this entire book every 3 days. I think that by repeating it so often and then discussing the songs in the morning, then by the time we get through all of Śaraṇāgati, we can have all the songs memorized. That's 50 songs. So I want to experiment and see if this conjecture of mine proves true. Alright, you've stuck with me for a long time now, and I'll tell you how to join. It's very easy. You just join our WhatsApp group and wait for me to send out the links before we begin each session. I also send announcements and share materials related to these programs in that group. Or if you don't use WhatsApp, you can just get the Zoom link and it never changes. Also, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to join there. All this information is available on my website, vineofdevotion.com. Just look for Bhaktivinoda Giti Dhara at the top of the page and you'll find everything you need there. I hope you'll join us on this journey. I'll end this video with a prayer to Śrīla Bhaktivinoda. Shri Śaraṇāgati, Shri Krishna Karshani, Shri Gita Mala, Shri Gita Valigan, Kalpataru Raje, Viraje Kalyan, Aparayananta, Tava Bhuridan. Haya Parayananta Tava Bhuridan Kotha Bhakti Vinod Shri Gour Svajan Kotha Bhakti Vinod Shri Gour Svajan. Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Ṭhākura ki jai. Hari Bol.